everyone, and thank you so much for coming back and joining me. Now, if you are new to my channel, Wished Upon a Vlog, hello and welcome. My name is Julie and you're really welcome to be here. So I was going on to my subscriptions this morning, as you do, and I had noticed that, some people that I'm subscribed to have reacted to Black Widow special look. I had no idea this was coming, so obviously I was asleep in bed when this all unfolded. So I have a trailer reaction to do. So, and without saying too much, I just will briefly say also, obviously I have reacted to the first one, and I did like the first trailer of Black Widow. Now, she wouldn't be one of my favourite Marvel characters, but I do like Natasha. And of course, obviously we know from the first trailer, it's not obviously her biological sister, but they did train together in a, training called the Red Room. And she basically is very, very competitive off Natasha. So it's going to be very interesting, them two being together in the movie. So with that being said, I really liked the first trailer and I'm going to see how this one goes. So here we go.
Natasha, my sister. After all this time, what brings you home?
I'm on the run. I was trying to do something good. I need more than just a trained killer.
You're fooling yourself. We're still both trained killers.
We have unfinished business.
Who's we?
Go ahead, David Harbour.
Still fits, Family. Back together again.
You got fat.
Smelling water, Wayne.
There's a new world of widows. New enemies.
Is that?
I'm done running from my past.
Oh, no!
Who the hell is that guy?
Be the Taskmaster. Who that be, girl? That be the Taskmaster. Wow. Wow. That's it. Okay. That was super freaking cool. I honestly have to say. That end shot was probably my favourite, to be honest. I did notice there was quite a few parts in there from the first trailer, and I don't really like when any company does that. It kind of bugs me, because then it ends up getting a bit repetitive by the time you go and see the movie when you keep seeing stuff over and over again. But didn't annoy me too much. And you know what? See, when Natasha, them scenes in the air were damn cool. Really, really, really cool. And I love when, she sort of lands on the ground, and there's sort of snow in the background. And I said this in my last trailer reaction, I am kind of getting Ghost in a Shell vibes, because I thought that movie was absolutely brilliant, and she's in it, and I love it. But what I will say is it looks like this is going to be great for action, and I don't know about anybody else, but I was definitely getting Captain America the Winter Soldier movie vibes, and to be honest, it is actually way high up there as one of my all-time favourite Marvel films. I actually would probably prefer it over Infinity War, and that is just, my honest opinion. David Harbour is kicking ass in this as well, around 38 seconds in. I think he looks really, really cool. And of course he's playing Red Guardian, which is pretty much like Soviet equivalency of the character Captain America. And what I loved is, I'm going to have to actually find it, guys, and he seems like he's going to be a bit of a laugh in the movie as well. I love him in Stranger Things. I didn't like him as Hellboy, which I have already mentioned before. It's really cool action scenes in this, and we get to see like training and stuff as well. And you see in the comics, basically Yelena had sort of taken over a mission of Natasha's, so that she could pretty much, you know, get ahead of her, because she's been pretty much trained to over succeed her, or over success her, basically. And I'm just sort of trying to find, there was a scene in particular that I actually wanted to really talk about. Okay, I've paused here. 1 minute 7 seconds in, with the shield and everything, with Taskmaster. That really reminded me of, you know, the scene with Bucky, Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier, whatever you want to call him. I like calling him Bucky sometimes, but anyways, right? And Captain America, was sort of holding a shield up toward Winter Soldier. It was definitely reminding me of that, and sort of like some of the action scenes and stuff like that, and the fighting scenes in this here special look trailer, is kind of giving me, is it just me, kind of giving me Winter Soldier vibes. The scenes and everything in the air was super, super cool. I paused it like randomly 1 minute 12 seconds in. Like, don't get me wrong, I do like Natasha, but at the same time, Black Widow wouldn't be up there with like one of my favourite female Marvel characters. Like, for example, you know, I would prefer Gamora over her, Nebula even, also Wanda as well. You know, there's so many other female characters, you know, but don't get me wrong, I do obviously really like her, and I love her in Avengers and everything, but at the same time, I just kind of think, you know, talking on obviously Avengers Endgame, I'm sure you have all seen it by now. If not, why not? But Avengers Endgame, obviously she dies, Black Widow dies in that movie, but I would have much preferred for her to have not died, and for Captain Marvel to have just not been in that movie at all, because, you know, she came in and shined, you know, basically out of nowhere. But anyway, that's only my opinion. That we're not going to get into all that there nonsense. But overall, I thought this was really, really good. It was cool. But yeah, as I say, like, I wish companies would just stop with the repeating things. I mean, I get it, because they're maybe trying to, for maybe people who maybe didn't see the first one, maybe they're just, I know this is only a special look, but maybe they're trying to maybe kind of recap over things, but because I've obviously seen the first one, and there's a part I'm actually paused at like 41, 42 seconds in. Wow, what a cool move. What a cool move. Wow, this looks great. A lot of action, which is what you want to see, obviously, and 1 minute 24 seconds in, I have stopped at a really cool shot of Taskmaster, and what's really cool is that, obviously, I'm sure a lot of you know this, but his character can pretty much like manipulate anyone else's moves, and he can also like mimic like his voice to other people's voices as well, with like his vocal cords. Sorry, excuse me, but basically just a bit of backstory on him if anybody doesn't know, but he basically realised this when he was watching like movies and like cowboy movies, and he realised, look, oh my gosh, right, I can actually do this outside in the actual real world, in reality. Reality is I can actually go out and mimic other people's sort of movements and stuff like that. So that was a really cool scene, and I'm glad that they left that till the end, because that's one way to end a trailer, like, damn. And then also it's like, Taskmaster, bitch, we're gonna bring you in at the end. But what I loved is the same as the first one, how it ended. You see this whole like really stunning scene of Natasha walking down like a hallway, and you know what, that is really cool. That is so cool, and like obviously she trained in the Red Room, so yeah, it's really cool how it's sort of like neon lighting and everything wrapped around her, and just red lights at the top, red lights all down the side and everything, and she's just so coolly like strutting down the hallway. Like, don't get me wrong, I do really love her character. I love her in Avengers and everything, but I just she wouldn't be like one of my favourite characters. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, Black Widow, you know? I'd be more like, oh, Gamora, Nebula. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hope that makes sense. I'm not saying she's like my least favourite character in Marvel, but I'm just saying she's not up there as one of my like favourite characters. You know, as much as others would be. You know, like a Doctor Strange would be my favourite character in Marvel. I also love Thor as well. I also love Winter Soldier. So do you know where I'm trying to go? Like I'm just saying that she wouldn't be my favourite. But anyways, enough of the chit chat, Jilly. But that end scene, the same as the way they ended with the first trailer. From I can pretty much remember, yeah, it was this whole scene with the lovely red, dark red tones going on. That's visually really freaking cool. So yeah, I hope we get to see more of that in the movie. And I was definitely getting Winter Soldier vibes. I was also even getting kind of, not really, but kind of John Wick vibes. You know, just the whole, you know, fight, you know, here, there, you know, like kind of, but not really, but kind of. And then obviously, quite clearly we're obviously going to get Russian accents in here, obviously because of the characters. But it's kind of maybe going to remind me of, you know, like the accent in John Wick, you know, like out of this for a puppy, you know. I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you all think down in the comments. I would love to go and see this movie. I'm actually excited for this movie. At first, when I heard about it, it was kind of like, but this movie should have been brought out years ago. People wanted this movie years ago, do you know what I mean? And then I was a bit skeptical about it, but then when I saw the first trailer, I was like, actually, do you know what? Hold the phone. That was actually a really good trailer. Yeah, and now seeing this, very, very promising. It looks very, very promising. I'm very hopeful for it. I can't see it being a bad movie. I can either see it being, this is just my prediction, I can either see it just being an okay-ish good movie, or me really liking it and it being really, really good. I don't know if I'm going to be blown away, but what I will say is it looks fantastic. And the thing I'm actually looking the most forward to, I would say, would be Taskmaster and Natasha, but at the same time, I am interested to see how David Harbour, what am I talking about? David Harbour from Stranger Things, my Chief Hopper, is going to play his character in this movie. I'm pretty intrigued, to be honest, because the dude needs redeemed since the terrible movie that was Hellboy, which wasn't his fault. Not blaming the guy, but that movie was a darn mess. But anyways, I will see you all in my next video, but until then, thank you so much for coming along and watching my live reaction. I will have to go and watch it again to see if there's anything I've missed, but you know, that was just me coming on, and I really had to react to it because I'm so late in the game. I was sleeping when this came out. No. Anyways, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in my next video, and until then, don't forget that the Force will be with you always. Bye guys.